Do, 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 do. Wait, what is this stuck on? Okay. Ow. Da, dee, 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 dee. Oh, wait, I can't do that. Okay. I'm going to just assume this is live. Hi. We're going to do a little bit of sort of reaction to the Animal Crossing Direct. Is this streaming on the correct channel? This is on JT Slime, right? The chat can let me know. Somebody said, no spoilers, y'all. I've already watched this. So to be honest, right off the bat, I'll say I watched this with Dan and my audio file got fucked up. So we're just going to talk about it. Kind of for about 30 minutes. We'll rewatch. I'll talk about it. As many of you might know, I'm a big fan of Animal Crossing. I think New Horizons is a bad game. And so we'll talk about whether or not this Direct has kind of changed my mind. Things that I liked, things that I didn't like. And we'll just have a little chit-chat, little Animal Crossing chit-chat as we watch. I'm sorry about the setup. The setup is really shitty. Why is there a night sky behind me? Because it was the only image that was quickly available. I do have to go work out very soon, so I didn't have time to make this look all nice and fancy. Abe says that he bought a Switch OLED. But okay, so we're just gonna talk about the Animal Crossing New Horizons Direct. I'll kind of play it and stop it and stuff. Let's get into it. Click! And if the audio is messed up or anything, just let me know.
Hello, everyone.
If the game audio is too loud or if I'm too loud or whatever. Da, 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 da. So this is just talking about basic crap. Okay. First up is the Roost. It looks cozy.
Roost, a cafe owned by the composed Brewster.
It seems like it's just the same thing as New Leaf. I can't remember if New Leaf allowed you to work at the Roost anytime you want. I don't know. But this seems like you don't. I mean, this is nothing to get excited about. It's cute that it's in the game. I like that it's in the game. But, let's not pretend this is something that it's not. This is just get a digital cup of coffee. You drink it. I mean, it looks the same as it's been since Wild World. Why aren't there multiple types of coffee that we can pick? Why aren't there other cafe foods that we can have here? It just seems like this has... It's just the same thing. We've already seen this. It's cozy and relaxing. I like that.
Animal Crossing series Amiibo figures and Amiibo Cards in the Roost. You can invite characters of your choosing.
Inviting the characters is, I think that's something new. I don't know that it's something I would ever care to do, but okay.
Them may bring along company as well.
I mean, at least it's some new character dialogue. Maybe expand their personalities, which is something that's desperately needed in this game. Getting coffee together, the problem with this fucking game is that there's really nothing to do with your friends in New Horizons. This is not what Animal Crossing was intended to be. This game needed to have a lot of new things to do online with your friends, and just sitting there and getting coffee, who's going to do this more than once or twice? What am I going to do? It doesn't really add anything.
Cup of Joe together.
Again, it's by the way, none of the fucking characters in this trailer or this Direct, none of them have good shoe style. They're all wearing those ugly ass Converse. Whoever makes the footage for this stuff needs to get some better style. Everybody just looks ugly in these Directs. But yeah, the Roost is whatever. I'm sure there were tons of YouTubers who were crying and screaming over that, and they're dumb because it's the same thing that it was before, but a year and a half late. I mean, come on, come back down to reality. It's cute, kind of cozy, but that's nothing to get excited about. It's just the same thing.
You'll find him lounging around on your island's pier. Looks like he'll ferry you to a...
Listen, we're going to go over all the details here. I do like how Cappen's idle animation there is just him sitting back and chilling. I think that's good. Good little new animation there. Before he would just be standing in the boat, idly standing there. So it is cute that he's just chilling. They gave him a more interesting animation. He's got his glasses on. Ooh, a tropical Cap'n update just in time for Halloween and Christmas season.
You'll find him lounging around on your island's pier. Looks like he'll ferry you to a destination via his boat. His pride and joy.
I got problems with this, but we'll get into it in a moment. We'll let the video play, but this is stupid. I'm gonna mute this. So, here's the problem. He doesn't take you to, like, a fun minigame island. He doesn't take you to, like, a tropical cabana area where his family is and you can get cool tropical items by playing minigames with your friends online. He just takes you to more of those stupid random islands. But these are special because they have vines and some different plants. But, like, why couldn't this have just been added to the Nook Miles? Why is this what Cap'n does? This is so lazy. It's like they knew they had to put Cap'n in the game, but they were too lazy to actually do it in any kind of genuine way. Because putting Cap'n in the way that he's in, like in New Leaf, Cap'n takes you to special islands. Special island, you can do mini games online with your friend, and there's a cool gift shop area. That's a lot more work. So instead, they're like, well, we gotta fucking put Cap'n in the game. What if Cap'n just brings you to, like, random islands like we already have in the game, but these random islands have, like, some new plants or some shit? It just seems like the laziest, least interesting way to put Cap'n in the game. I don't understand why this is fun. This is just another one of those stupid they're not even randomly generated. If they were randomly generated, that might be a little more interesting because you'd never get the same island. I don't know. This is a dumb way of using Cap'n. I'm sorry. I know I'm going to sound like Mr. Negativity, but it's the truth. I'm right. This is a dumb way.
Or an island with
And this! So this pisses me off. Like, Animal Crossing, one of the major appeals behind Animal Crossing is that it is running in real time. The whole concept of the game is that it's running on a real clock. But now, it's like, you can just go to islands that are completely out of season. And in this footage, they show a snowflake. So you could do all the stuff you can do in the winter, even if it's July in real life. Or if it's winter in real life, you can go to the tropical island and get all the tropical fish, even though it's out of season. And it just totally breaks the design of Animal Crossing. And for what reason? To cater to people who are just impatient and don't know how to properly play Animal Crossing? Like, just terrible ideas. These are bad ideas. You shouldn't put out-of-season islands in Animal Crossing. That ruins the appeal of the game. It's like a game-breaking thing.
or time of day.
And, like, the time of day. So it's just like Animal Crossing means nothing anymore. Like, the game is just, like, fucking chaos at this point.
Hey,
And again, like, what is the point of Cap'n? Cap'n just does something that you could already do in the game, but now these are Cap'n versions of it, which makes no sense and just complicates it, and it's just bad game design.
it's Harv's Island. As you may know, Harv runs a photography studio here.
Nobody uses that. I don't think anybody goes to Harv's Island. I really wanted to like Harv's Island, but it was stupid at first. Now they're adding stuff. Let's talk about what they're adding.
Now, the island's undergoing some
I do like the design that Harv has going on here, like the little banners and the flags and the little pinwheels. Like, it's cool looking. I like the artistic design here with the log archway.
Looks like Harv wants to create a
Harriet turned into a dirty hippie. That's disappointing.
plaza with all sorts of shops, with a little help from his longtime friend Harriet.
So I don't really even know if I fully understand what the hell Harv's Island is now. So, like, shops are here? So is this, like, the new version of, like, the main street from New Leaf? And if so, I would have preferred the shops to be on my island. Because it's like, oh, if I want to go do something now, if I want to go to the shop, I got to go all the way down to the fucking dodo plane thing. I got to go through about 17 messages of dialogue. I got to wait for it to load up. Then I got to run off into Harv's Island and go find the shop I want to go to. And it's just like, it's not user friendly. It's just so much more complicated. And just let me put the shops in my town. Just expand my own island so I have some more space or something. Like in New Leaf, you just like ran across the train tracks and it would load up the shopping district. For this, it's so much more complicated. It's like going back to City Folk, which sucked.
Consider contributing some bells to the cause.
And then it's like you gotta pay for the shops to be open. It's just like a bunch of pointless busy work that shouldn't exist. We're accepting donations to fund a merchant offering rugs and mysterious wallpapers. So that's okay. So yeah, you can have these characters build a permanent, I'm assuming permanent shop on Harv's Island. But then it's like, okay, once again, they're breaking a part of Animal Crossing. One of the big appeals to Animal Crossing is how fun it is when you load it up and you see that there's a special character visiting you. But now it's like, oh, Sahara's visiting me. Wait, it doesn't matter because I can just go see Sahara any day that I want to on this island. So now the special characters mostly don't even mean anything because they have permanent shops now. And like if they have permanent shops, they have to have a lot more items to offer. Otherwise, like, why would I even use... Like, Sahara has how many wallpapers and flooring? It's not that much in the game now. So I would assume they have... I don't know. Just lots of bad fucking ideas. I'm just going to say it. This isn't exciting. They don't understand how to make a video game, apparently, anymore.
Familiar island visitors.
Yeah, like, here's Sahara, and she has, like... this little shop that I guess you can go to anytime. They don't suggest otherwise. So why would I be excited about her visiting my island? Maybe she gives you different rugs and wallpaper and flooring when she visits your island than what she offers when you go to Harv's Island. And like, if that's the case, once again, you're overcomplicating things and tangling it all up. It's like, oh, you can use your Nook Miles to go off to these islands to get some resources. Oh, but by the way, you can also go off to these islands and get resources, but not with your Nook Miles. Instead, you got to use Captain's Boat to do that. And essentially, it's the same idea, but we've just tangled it up and it's more complicated. Oh, Sahara's in your village today. You can go and get rugs and flooring and wallpaper. Oh, by the way, you can also visit Sahara on Harv's Island, which takes forever to load up, and she offers different things on Harv's Island. And it's just like, who the fuck is designing this? It's just terrible. Like Kix. Kix is another one. Kix can show up in the town plaza, but he can also show up on Harv's Island, and he has different items there. It's like they don't know what they're doing.
Reese and Cyrus can help customize ready-made furniture.
And here we go again. I'm going to mute it. This is a ranting live stream. Reese and Cyrus are back, and they're doing something that's like retail, to where you can change the colors and patterns on items. Gee, wasn't that the point of crafting in the game? So it's like you can change the pattern and colors of items by crafting things in your village. Oh, by the way, you can also change the colors and patterns by going to Reese and Cyrus on Harv's Island, and that has special items that you can't craft on your island. And they won't craft the things you can craft on your island, but they'll craft different things like your lighthouse. And it's just like, what a tangled mess of game design this is. It's so dumb. Why? Why not just say, hey, we updated the game and now you can like customize more things? That's all they needed to say. Or just be like, hey, there's a new shop and it's the retail shop and now you can go there to customize a bunch of things. Or I don't know. It's such a mess. And like Katrina's on Harv's Island. But Katrina was so much more fun when it was like a cute little fortune teller tent that just randomly appeared one night in your village. It's like, who's going to go to Harv's Island every day to get a fortune from Katrina? The gameplay's not that interesting. Like, Katrina's fortunes are cute because they happen every once in a while and because it's a special thing that showed up in your town. When you make that a permanent thing, it loses its luster. It's just kind of dumb.
That day.
And it's not even in a cool setting. It's just outside on a rug. Like, why? It's so much cooler to go inside of her tent and it's all atmospheric and stuff in there. And this is just like, oh no, it's just outside with a table and some books.
Fingers crossed. It'll be a bustling plaza filled with all sorts of shops.
And like, you can get a haircut in the game outside. Like, it's not a cute barber shop that you get to go inside and stuff and like look through a magazine of how you want your haircut. It's just she's cutting your hair outside. And like Crazy Red's there, but he's not. That's another. Oh, so Crazy Red is on Harv's Island. But Crazy Red should not be confused with Jolly Red, who will still visit your island. So there's Jolly Red and then Crazy Red. And you can get your hair changed by looking in a mirror in the game. Anywhere you are, just look in a mirror and you can change your hair color and the style. But also there's haircuts that you can get by Harriet by going... What? I'm honestly, are chimpanzees updating this game? This is all so stupidly confusing and complex, and it's not even new ideas. This isn't even new ideas.
Harriet might teach you some newly added hairstyles.
And like, she teaches them to you, and then you can use them later in the game by not even going to her anymore. So that means eventually, and probably within a short period of time, Harriet will be totally useless because you'll already have all the hairstyles she can do for you and you can just change them up in a mirror. So why would you go see her? How bad is game design? That is terrible. You shouldn't put things into a game like this type of game that you eventually complete and you finish. So then it's like, why even do this anymore? Bah! It's not. Wait till we get to the gyroids. The gyroids are good. But everything else has just been like, I don't understand how people are going fucking crazy about this.
Try out some simple stretches by participating in group stretches.
And like, imagine mentioning this as a new feature. This was just like a common thing in the GameCube game. This was just like a random event in the GameCube game. And they're like, by the way. And it's just always there? So like, they just always let you do morning stretches?
You can participate too.
What? Why? Why? This is dumb. Like, if this was just a random thing that they surprised us by putting it in the game, like, every week or something. Like, hey, every Monday morning, we do these little stretches. But instead, it's just, I don't even know. And there's motion controls. Like, who's going to do that?
Controls or motion controls with a Joy-Con controller. Stretch it out together when you invite friends to your island or when visiting someone else's island.
How is this something they even bothered to mention? I mean, it's like, it's cute that it's in there. Cute that it's in there, but like, how is that something to talk about? I thought this was already in the game. I thought you could already do this. You could do this from day one in New Leaf. Like, why was this not available in the game right away? I do not understand.
Best suits your island lifestyle.
Hey, no, that's in, hold on. That's gotta be in the game already. Cause like, my grass never dies in the game and I never make tracks. I could have sworn it was because I chose to have a beautiful island. No, wait, and my flowers don't die. Do flowers not die in the game anymore? I thought that was in the game. Like that, I can't believe that's not in the game.
By Tom Nook
to change the ordinance of your town.
More exterior
this is good, but again, why was this like, why did it take a year and a half to actually give us some new house shapes? And like, it doesn't even seem like there are that many. There's just 4? Like, this is the type of thing that should have like 30.
Options are available. You can modify your home's exterior to match your island's landscape. Also,
hopefully there's more than 4.
Services just got bigger. Previously, home storage held up to 2,400 items. With 3 more expansions, it now holds up to 5,000.
5,000. Okay, if you can have the game store 5,000 items, why not just unlimited? Like, why even have a limit to the storage anymore? If you can do 5,000, then why can't you do 10 or 15 or 20,000? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it could store, it could be an unlimited storage at this point. I don't really understand. I mean, it's good that you can store more things, but seriously, like, if you can do 5,000, why even have a limit anymore? It doesn't make any sense. I don't get it. But good, I guess that's a good thing, that we have more storage.
Newly added redeemable items will
again, everybody's wearing ugly shoes in these trailers. Nobody has good style.
Let's see what else you can do with your miles.
It's good that they're adding new stuff to do with your Nook Miles, because I never use Nook Miles anymore. Cooking. Okay.
Combine ingredients like
so, growing more fruits is kind of cool because it gives you more reason to play the game. More vegetables, you know, and fruits like the pumpkins.
And more. Why not make a
here's the problem, though. I'm going to mute this. Why? Hey, you can make, like, all these different food recipes. Okay, cool. So why am I doing that, though? What does it do? What does it do to make the soup? Like, look, minestrone soup. But why? This is the least Nintendo idea ever. It's like, you can make food by growing crops, and then you just put it on the table like it's an item. Or you can eat it, and it gives you strength like the fruit already do. So it just makes me wonder, like, what's the point? Because Nintendo, I grew up with Nintendo, and I've always been, like, really attentive to how they design games. And one of the things Nintendo would often talk about in, like, the GameCube days and the Wii days especially was that you don't put something into a game, you don't put an idea into a game unless it can really do something, unless it has a purpose. So like in this game, we introduced the ability to grow crops, which means that you can then craft food items. And because you can make food items now, this happens. But there is no this happens. It's just, oh, you can just make food. And isn't that cute? And it's like, yeah, I guess it's cute. But why not just make it like an item in the cafe? Like, why can't I just order this stuff as an item in the cafe? That would at least be better because it makes the cafe that much stronger of an idea. I want to go to the cafe because they added all those fun new, recipes of things that I can order and eat with my friends in there. And that's fun. It gives purpose. But this has no purpose. This is just, you're just making food, just crafting food, and then you eat it and it gives you strength. But you can already get strength from eating the fruit in the game. So it's like you're just crafting the items. Like, I don't know. I'm not big. I don't really think the food thing is that amazing. It needs to have a purpose. It needs to have a purpose other than, boy, isn't that cute? Because that's not how Nintendo would design games. Nintendo doesn't make games just because, boy, doesn't that look cute. Nintendo makes games because ideas mean something. This idea means nothing. This is just to cater to, like, the 14-year-old TikTok girls that will think it's cute to take selfies with their food that they crafted or something. It's not a fully fleshed out idea. This is good. Being able to hang stuff from the ceiling, like a ceiling fan or a light. I like that. Being able to put up the shelves like this is cool. I thought you could already put the shelves up like that. I like this. I like the idea that you can have a room with multiple pieces of wallpaper. That's very good. It's a good idea. Not bad, not bad. This is kind of funny. You can have more bridges and inclines by 2 only. They're increasing it by 2, but it's better than nothing. But that's barely an increase. More fencing is good. Some of it looks a little samey, looks a little similar to things that I thought were already in the game. But I do like more fences. That is very good. Frozen fence is cute. I like the fact that you can change the colors. I will say this though. Pause. I don't like this whole idea that we can change the colors, but only the select ones that Nintendo has decided. Why not just have an effing color wheel? Like, it would be so easy for them to just have a color wheel and just let us like literally pick the color to the exact pinpoint. And that would be so much better because it gives that much more uniqueness to what you're designing. I might go with a green fence, but my green fence might be a little bit more yellowy green, whereas your green fences might be a little bit more like blue green. That would be so much better, and it would add so much like personality to it. There's no point in having these preset colors. Like, you could do the preset color thing, but then have like a little button on the side that just lets you pick it from a color wheel. That's like what every fence should offer if you can change the color like this. But it's good to have more fences. I am happy about that. More fencing and the ability to customize the fences. Although they did say some of the fences can be customized, so I'm curious how many can be. This is okay, whatever. I mean, you could already get pretty close into things with the camera that is already in the game. You could already, so this is just like a tiny little enhancement to the camera, which I'm happy for. It's a good thing to have more options of that kind of stuff. I wish they would let you angle the camera. We're still just doing this with the camera. It'd be so much better if you could get some more dynamic shots, with the camera. That would have been an actual improvement. Instead, what they did is they essentially just let you get a little bit closer to the ground and zoom in a little bit more. But, still a little mild, tiny improvement. I don't know who cares about this. Like all these designs that are predetermined, like now you can put them on the wall and stuff. Okay, tiny little update. I don't think it's anything that's too exciting. New hairstyles. Some of these look like hairstyles that were already in the... That one does not look like an Animal Crossing hairstyle. A couple of these look a little bit too... Why... Okay, go back. I think we're going to go back. Why is one of the hairstyles... that one. Why would you want a receding hairline in Animal Crossing? This is a game where you can pretend that the realities of real world don't have to hold you back. And yet you still say, nope, I want my receding hairline to be represented in Animal Crossing as well. But, I don't know, whatever. New hair. New reactions is another one that's like a whatever to me. Okay. I think at a certain point you get so many reactions that there are too many and you can't even find the ones you want to use anymore. but it's still good to add more of these. More hair and more reactions is always a good thing. None of these look particularly interesting. Listening ears, I don't even think that registers as listening ears. Like, listening ears was just like this. Huh? Should have been like tugging on her ears to listen or something. I don't know. None of those new reactions looked all that interesting. This is mind-blowing that that this game is a year and a half old and they actually thought they needed to have like some little app that would teach you how to play it to give you tips. So stupid. Redeem miles for... Okay, so this is good. This is like, this is overdue by about a year. Updating what you can get with your Nook Miles should have been like, honestly, I'm not even kidding, like every other month they should have added like 15 new items to use your Nook Miles on. The fact that it took a year and a half to give us more stuff is unheard of. But nevertheless, it's good that it's there. By the way, the camera on me, I look like a dead person. I look like I am in some sort of colorless void. And that is because it is day, it's a cloudy day, and the light comes through the blinds and it just destroys the color. So I apologize that I look like a dead person, but that's probably pretty on par with how negative I am. I'm not being negative, I'm just being honest. Like, that's the problem with, you know, doing anything gaming related on YouTube anymore, is that, like, the standards for making a YouTube gaming video nowadays, especially for a Nintendo thing, is that you scream, you're excited about everything, you just overhype everything, you act like an obnoxious Twitch streamer nonstop, like you're not a real human being. So whenever somebody wants to be a real human being and properly critique this stuff, which is what a game journalist should be doing, by the way, you're looked at as being the worst person on the fucking planet. Like, I'm just giving you my honest thoughts, and you can disagree with what I'm saying, by the way. If this excites you, oh my God, I'm so happy for you. I'm genuinely happy if this stuff has given you, like, you know, so much joy and it's improved your day. But I'm just going to be real with you. A lot of this stuff, not all of it. There's some stuff in here that I think that's cute, that's good. But a lot of this stuff is just like a year too late. None of it changes the game in any kind of good, drastic way. And a lot of it just complicates the game, and it really shows me that this team does not know how to properly make a game in a lot of ways. But anyways, there's a park fountain with seals on it, and that's pretty damn cute. But I am happy. There's a volleyball net. That'll be cool. But that's the thing. Like, we get a volleyball net. Can we, like, play a little volleyball minigame with our friends online then? No. It's just a decoration. This game needs things to do. There's nothing to do with your friends in this game. It's just, New Horizons is not really an Animal Crossing game in a lot of ways. It's more of like Pocket Camp fused with Happy Home Designer. It's just about decorating things, and every other aspect of Animal Crossing was thrown to the curb. And the way that you decorate things in this game is so bloody time-consuming, and it takes so much repetitive effort. It's just not fun to do. Anyways, there's some cute things. I will say this. This is cute stuff. This is all cute stuff, and there better be tons of it, because we waited a year and a half. There better be like fucking 50 new items to get with your Nook Miles. But yeah, cute stuff, cute stuff. This is good, being able to have storage that can go outside. I would have assumed that was already something you could do in the game, but I guess not. I guess you can only access your storage from being inside. Let me turn the audio back on this. That's what I would have liked. New music. Would have been great to have some new music in this game, because the music is fucking terrible in this game. I'm so tired of hearing it.
KK Slider, who holds a live concert at the Plaza every Saturday, will release additional songs.
That's good. More KK songs. 12 more songs. That's good.
And KK Polka.
I don't like KKK pop. Whoa! KKK pop might be a bad name for it. Let's hope that's not called KKK pop. That wouldn't that wouldn't go over too well. What is that then? KK pop? Maybe it's KK pop or something. I don't know. You can't do KKK pop. Okay. Anyways, I think you could already use the I think you could already put the KK Slider music in a music box in New Leaf. My memory seems to say that you can do that in New Leaf, but I could be wrong. It's been a long time.
Looks like something's buried under.
Here's the best thing in the whole thing. This is the best thing they showed. Yes!
Gyroid.
It's a Squeezoid.
gyroid fragments,
Yes.
plant and water them, they'll mature into a lovely gyroid.
Okay, now I do have to comment one thing. I'm going to mostly be excited about this, but I will say this. Does every fucking idea in Animal Crossing New Horizons have to be overly complicated? Can't something just be? Can't something just be a fun, easy thing? Even digging up gyroids now has an extra fucking step until you get your reward, which is the best way to describe New Horizons. New Horizons it's the type of stuff you used to do in Animal Crossing, but now with 7 more steps to getting your reward. So now when you get the gyroids, you don't seem to dig up the whole gyroid. You dig up like a chunk of it, and you have to bury it again and then water it. I think that's what they're saying, but then wait, when he digs it up here...
It's a gyroid.
No, it just says I dug up a squeezoid. It doesn't say I dug up a gyroid fragment, right? And it's not a fragment there, so maybe you can... I'm going to look at the chat. I haven't looked at the chat much, guys. I will be talking with you after I'm done with this reaction thing. We'll have a nice little chit-chat. But it looks like you can just dig up a whole gyroid, right? Because that doesn't say a fragment.
When you find gyroid fragments...
And then it says when you find gyroid fragments, which is like, where do you find those? No. Wait. I think maybe the footage we saw before this was after he had watered it. So like he already watered this maybe the day before, and then he goes back to it and he digs it up and it's the full gyroid. So they kind of maybe put this footage out of position. So you bury the gyroid fragments.
Plant and water them. They'll mature into a lovely gyroid overnight. If gyroids have
Yeah,
grown
because then he
well,
comes back
you
and he
may
digs
find
it up.
more the day after it rains.
Did she say gyroid fragments? I should have been listening.
More the day after. If gyroids have grown on your island, you may find more the day after it rains.
Okay, that's pretty much what it was in the previous games. If it rained, you'll be finding more gyroids than fossils the next day. And that, by the way, is because gyroids they're not called gyroids in Japan, but they bury people with those little clay figures. And so the concept there is that when you find gyroids, it means that like a dead body is buried there in Animal Crossing. And so the reason you see more of them when it rains is because the rain softens up the ground and it like rises up because the ground is all wet and slimy. So some morbid fun things in Animal Crossing.
Gyroids make rather interesting sounds.
Yes!
Experiment with
There's gonna be people commenting, there's gonna be so many thumbs down. I don't care, I don't monetize videos. What do I care if I get thumbs downs? But this is where I am like almost 100% positive. Like this is fucking great. I am so pleased that they redesigned the gyroids and made them even more interesting. Because I loved them before. But the fact that they were like, you know what? Let's do something different. This is an idea. Okay, the gyroids are an exact embodiment of what should have been done with everything in this game. To where you take something that we had in the past, you bring it back, and it's a bit different. It's refreshed. It's more interesting. It's not the same. Like these gyroids are more animated. They're different shapes. They have different textures. Like the one on the table is shiny. The other ones are not shiny. That one's made out of wood. Like the gyroids are everything that should have been the like rules for this game. If you bring something old back, it has to come back in a fresh new way and in a better way. So like Cap'n came back in this game, but in a shittier way.
different gyroid combinations.
But look at this, great.
Use them with music to bask in fresh harmony.
Fuck! Yes! I love it! I can't wait to collect them. This was worth the wait. The gyroids were. Like, this is great. Now, you can change... Now, this is where I'm a little bit worried. So you can change their colors. And again, I wish that you could just, like, change it yourself manually instead of having the predetermined ones. But nevertheless, I'm noticing there's no... Like, this is a squeakoid, right? This one is called a squeakoid. I'm noticing there's no, like, tall squeakoid, short squeakoid. You know, because the old gyroids used to have, like, little families of the same collection. So you could get, like, a tall version of the squeakoid and, like, a little fat, stubby squeakoid and the normal squeakoid. I'm not seeing that in this game. So I'm a little worried that they may have dumbed down the gyroids as far as the collections go. as long as there's still like 50 gyroids in this game, I might be okay with that. You know, as long as there's still tons of these things, I would be okay with that. But if they just kind of dumbed it down and there's not variations of each kind of gyroid, and there's not a lot, if there's only like 20 gyroids to collect or 25, that's not a lot. So I'm going to be holding my opinions on that, but I will say I love what I see, and as long as there are a lot of gyroids to collect, I will be very happy with this. And they just look so great. They look great.
To match a room's atmosphere.
Look at this one, looks like a little Pianta. This one over here, like a little ghost. Yeah, these are great. These are great. But if there's only a limited amount of them, if it's like, oh, we put in 15 gyroids, but there's a lot when you consider all the color combinations. No, that's stupid. That's lazy. I'm thinking that might be what they do, because this is New Horizons we're talking about, and New Horizons is all about disappointments. So, I don't know. I'm excited, though, but I want a lot of them. The gyroids are the best announcement. Thank God. Since this is like the ultimate Animal Crossing rant for me, who goes into Nook Shop anymore? Nook Shop sucks ass. There's no reason to go in it, because all the items that are actually more interesting are things that you have to craft for, which sucks, by the way, because in order to craft new items, you got to get the recipe. How do you get the recipe? Well, it's in the note in a bottle that washes up on the beach, but actually most of those are just going to be fucking repeats of things you already have. Like, they should have updated the game to where you no longer get repeated recipes, unless you have all the recipes, in which case the game should tell you. The game should be like, congratulations, you got all the recipes you can get. So now they're just going to be repeats. But like, the whole game is so broken because they have all these things you get through DIY recipes that you craft yourself. But then that created a problem in the game's design, obviously, because it's like, well, wait a minute. Animal Crossing is all about going to Nook Shop to buy things. So they're like, oh boy, well, what do? We have to have Nook Shop. Okay, Nook Shop is in the game, but it won't update much because what's the point? And there will be items there that you can only get in Nook Shop. Well, the problem with that, of course, was that Nook Shop does not have a lot of items you can get. You're going to be seeing doubles of Nook's items, the items that you get in Nook Shop, all the time. I feel like there's 10 items that you can get in Nook Shop. And of course, that's not true. There's more than that. But like the cacti and this little like silverware and the plates, I see that shit in there all the time. This tape, like all the items are just the same all the time. They need to add like 200 items into Nook Shop to make it worth going in there. And even then, it still just complicates things. It's like you can get items from Tom Nook Shop, but you also get items through these recipe cards that you craft yourself, and you get the recipe cards through like 5 different ways, and you can only get these types of items by talking to a jock animal, and this, it's just so, it's like such a headache to play this game and try to accomplish anything because it's so convoluted. Animal Crossing was great because of how simple and straightforward it is, and they really got to go back to the basics in the next game. In 12 years, when they finally make a new Animal Crossing, they have got to dial it back and find out what that heart and soul of Animal Crossing was and build from there. But this game just got to be such a complicated, stupid mess. Okay. New items in Nook Shop is good. But why not a Nook update? Like, I want to see Nook Shop update. The current shop is so boring. It's like generic. It doesn't have a feel. It just seems weird. Should be an update to the shop.
New type of tool you can craft.
So this is also kind of weird because it, of course, completely eliminates the purpose of the normal ladder. Like, why would I ever use the normal ladder now? Might as well just put those everywhere. I mean, it's good. I like that you can just have ladders now. I'm not complaining about that, but it does, again, bad game design. Bad game design. You just put something in that breaks one of your ideas from the previous updates. I thought you could already do this. I was pretty sure you could already scoot through things. Froggy chair being back. There's another gyroid. I think that's another gyroid type. I like that the froggy chair is back. That's a very good update.
Furniture on display. And let's not
if I don't stop pausing this, we're never gonna get through this. What time is it? 2:30. I gotta go work out. I gotta go lift. This was something that was just a normal part of Animal Crossing. Like animals coming to your house or asking you to come to theirs. I think that was in the game since, like, Wild World.
What do
How
you
that
think?
was even removed is beyond
You have
me.
experienced this new content in various ways, some of them outside of what we've shown you today. This free
I like the new
version
characters.
2.0 launches November 5th.
So that is it. We're going to obviously go into the...
last major free content update.
Okay,
Animal
okay.
Crossing New Horizons.
So here's the deal. This is interesting. The last major free content update. It is interesting that they specify free. This is the last free update. People are going to think I'm crazy, but maybe some of you in the chat will agree with me on this. I like the idea of paying for downloadable content because it implies that the game that I own already is finished, that it has tons of content. When you pay for the content, the developer will be a little bit more, they'll try harder to make it worthwhile because they're trying to get money off of you. So they know they're not going to get money off of you if the update is just some stupid minor bullshit. But if they want you to give them $15, they're going to actually try and put genuinely great things in to entice you to give them more money. So if they add updates into the future to New Horizons and you have to pay for them, I'm almost kind of excited by that because it means that they might be some genuinely fucking big things. So I don't know if it's just like, yeah, this is the last major update. They just put free there for the hell of it. I don't know. But I know people are going to be like, what are you, crazy? You want to give them money? I want to give them money if a game is finished and then they add on to a finished game. I would still say this isn't really a finished game, but it's closer to it now. It's a complete mess. Like, New Horizons is a fucking mess of game design. It really is. For all the reasons I've been going over in this video and more. But I don't know. They did say they're going to update this game for like 3 years, right? And it's only been a year and a half, and they're saying they're not updating free content anymore. So did they just go back on that? Were they just like, yeah, we're not going to do 3 years? Or are they like, we're going to do 3 years. The first half is free updates, and the second half, we're going to introduce paid updates. I hope they do, because I want to like this game. And I'll never like this game as much as New Leaf, because like I said, this game is just such a tangled mess of bad game design. But it could at least be like a mess of bad game design that I can get a lot of joy out of. You know what I mean? Because I played games that were a mess and I still enjoyed them. So, okay, that's the last free update. Some good ideas in there, some really stupid stuff in there. I mean, it's just kind of whatever for me, for the most part. I like the gyroids, that's good. I was going to start playing this game again anyways because I am making a Christmas town. Some of you might know I made a Halloween town, and I want to make a really good, elaborate Christmas town. So any updates are good. I like the gyroids, but there's just a lot of stupid ideas here. Cap'n is not good. Cap'n's thing is not good in this game. So this is, of course, the paid DLC for basically Happy Home Designer. They tacked on Happy Home Designer into the game. It's an extra $25.
Several islands. Known as a resort, this locale
God, how much
is
longer do
popular
I have to
among
sit through here?
characters searching for
Okay,
their
this is like 10 more
ideal
minutes.
vacation homes.
I'm going to mute this while we chat. We're just going to let it play because, like I said, by 3 o'clock, I do have to actually start working out. Today is Friday, which means it is a cheat day for me. Cheat day means that I let myself have something that's not necessarily healthy, so I am very excited about that. I'm going to be getting Culver's, going to get a pumpkin spice shake tonight with a veggie burger. Okay, I'm going to pause this real quick. This character design is fucking brilliant. I love this. Not Lottie. Lottie is terrible. Lottie is Satan himself. But I love the manatee. I love the little monkey. I don't know what type of monkey that is, but I know it's a certain type of monkey. Just great characters. And wouldn't it have been better if those were just new animal types that could live on your island? Wouldn't you have preferred like a new monkey type and the manatee to be like, there's 5 different manatees and 5 different new monkeys? I would have preferred that greatly to them being NPCs, but whatever. I was not a fan of Happy Home Designer because it just feels like a bunch of pointless work that I don't want to do. Also, by the way, more bad shoes, more ugly shoes. You know, this seems like it is actually probably better than Happy Home Designer was on the 3DS. I do like how this is kind of island themed. That works better than the weird urban town that Happy Home Designer had. The big problem with Happy Home Designer, and probably this as well, is that it doesn't really have any way of truly judging your work. It doesn't really know if you did a good job, because how could it? All it knows is that you put the items into the house that the animal asked you to do. And, you know, from there you can just put whatever you want. I like the fact that they're living on a little, like, frozen glacier there. So that's cute. I like the fact that there's a map. That's neat. Like, if I liked Happy Home Designer, this would probably be a cute addition. It's $25, which I don't fucking know. Part of me is like, yeah, that's okay, because Happy Home Designer was $40 on the 3DS, and this seems every bit as detailed as the 3DS game. So that's kind of good. But then another part of me feels like, yeah, but New Horizons is an incomplete experience. So it should just be free, because the game is already so minimal and missing so much content. But I don't know. I'll tell you where I have problems with it being paid DLC, though. Actually, I have questions that you guys in the chat could maybe answer, because you're more knowledgeable on this shit than me. I don't know what's going on. The stuff that you can do in this Happy Home Designer, like, for example, the little partitions you can put in the wall and all the various customization stuff, if you buy the DLC, like what they're doing with the fences right now, can you do that? If you buy the DLC, can you just do this stuff in your island? And the way they're making the pathway, look how quick that is compared to the shitty way you have to do it in the main game. Like, why not just update the main game to be like, hey, you know what? Just do this little, like, God mode where you're just saying where you want the path. But, like, how much of the stuff from Happy Home Paradise, or whatever this is called, More Ugly Shoes, how much of this stuff translates over to the main game? Like, it's More Ugly Shoes. Like, again, what is with the ugly shoes? Ooh, a yellow froggy chair. But I think you could change the froggy chair color in New Leaf, too. And I'm noticing, here's actually an even better question for you guys. Like this, can you do this? You should be able to do this in your home. Why can't I just go to Nook and be like, hey, I want to buy an app, and you buy the app, and the app lets you do that? Like, changing the shape of your room yourself. Why do we have to go with the predetermined ones? And like this, I think you can do this in the main game, right? Like, they weren't clear about this stuff. Josh has a vendetta against Animal Crossing New Horizons because you can't customize shoes. Mally, I'll see you in hell. No, but that's another thing. Why is there no, like, new customization options? Why can't I make my own pants, my own shorts, my own socks and shoes? Like, they're doing so much stuff that's not needed, but stuff that would perfectly make sense is not in the game. Why aren't there more customization options for my clothing? Why aren't there more ways to use the patterns that I make in this game? Shining up the furniture is a little weird. Not totally sure I get it. I understand that sometimes, like, look, you shine the flowers and butterflies come around. That's cute. But, like, what's another example of shining the furniture? Because I don't really want my furniture to be constantly emitting obnoxious twinkles. You know what I mean? Like, why would you want just stuff twinkling all over the place like that? So I'm hoping that more of the stuff has some sort of cool animation after you polish it, and not just, oh, it sparkles now. Because, like, I'm noticing back here, there's, like, a cool mist coming out of the cooler that has these flowers. I'm wondering if that happens once you polish it. That fucking manatee is so great. That is a great manatee. And then, but see, okay, this is the problem. So you have to pay to get this, but this seems like it has items that are not in the game, but maybe they are? I think she said you can get the rare items more easily in the whole Happy Home Designer thing. So as long as there's not, it's like exclusive items you can only get from this shit, then I'm fine. Because otherwise it's like you have to pay $25. Like, I'm okay with paying the $25 to get a bunch of new items and stuff. What I'm not okay with is having to play Happy Home Designer. Like, having to grind through putting all these stupid homes together just to get the rare items. I'm not cool with that. I wouldn't even do Reese and Cyrus's wedding. Remember how they're like, oh, it's June and we want you to make a wedding chapel for us and we'll give you rare wedding items. I'm like, fuck that. I'm not doing that nonsense just to get items. So I'm hoping I don't have to do that nonsense to get all these items now. That monkey's great too. Look at him. But it does look like there are a good amount of new... Yeah, there is a sizable amount of new items in the game. Now, he's wearing fucking earmuffs in the snow. Come on. How perfect is that? Why can't I wear earmuffs? Wait a minute. The fucking monkey's got earmuffs on in the winter. Why don't... Are earmuffs a new item in the game? Like new clothing item? Because if not, why does that little prick get to wear them, but I don't? Earmuffs better be in the game. That's all I'm saying. But, like, this is cool. But I don't want to waste my time doing it for the animals on this stupid island thing. I'd rather do this on my island. That's where I'm going to spend most of my time. So, and I know I'm probably going to have to spend the... So, New Horizons is now an $85 game, which is, you know, insane. But I'm guessing, knowing Nintendo, there's going to be items you can probably only get by doing all this crap. But I'll be goddamned if that monkey isn't great. Making actual rooms and changing the shape of the rooms, like, that has got to be in the main game. It's so cool. It's such a good idea. That better be in the main game. If not, what the hell? It's got to be. They're not that dumb. Nintendo would not be so stupid to do this and then not let you do it in the actual game. I think they do say it. I think they do say you can do it in the main game if you buy the DLC. By the way, that is a vagina transition. Look, this is a vagina transition. Don't tell me that's not purposely meant to that. So inappropriate. Yeah, I don't know. It just seems like this is something for little teenage girls who want to decorate houses. And I am not a little teenage girl. I do not identify as a teenage girl. Make a school. Why? Why in God's name would I make a school? Teachers are, like, one of the worst things on the planet. Why would I make a school? And, like, all this stuff this is Happy Home Designer in its purest form. And that's one of the things I hated about Happy Home Designer. So it wasn't even just make cute homes for the animals based on their kind of personality. It was also like, we need to make a school. We need to make a restaurant. We need to make an office. And it's like, fucking hell. That's when I lost interest. When it was like telling me to build a town. Make a hospital. Yeah, like, I don't want to make a hospital. There are some new animals here. Are we almost done? This has just gotten painful at this point. So anyways, you make stuff. There's stuff. Got it. Yeah, connect to the internet to share pictures. Yeah, this is just Happy Home Designer. We've established that. Wait a minute, go back. Yeah, like, I'm not going to stop and admire this giant elephant balloon. That's pretty fantastic. Was that little capsule machine in the game already? I can't remember. It might have been. Maybe not. I would have that. I don't know. Got little bubble blowers, little Swan Rafts. Now, wait a minute. I better be able to... See, again, I better be able to buy one of those Swan Rafts. See it in the bottom left corner there? I better be able to buy those and then equip it on my character and then jump in the water and swim around on one of those. Like, why would you not put that in the game? Why would you not... You make a Swan Raft, I better be able to just kick my feet around, like, swim around in the ocean with that. What can you do with Amiibo cards and Amiibo figures? Another vagina transition. Oh, he's a hot, sweaty boy. He was fanning himself off. So you scan Amiibo, and I guess you just get to make them a home if you got the Amiibo card. That's whatever, sure. Yeah. I love the idea that we can sort of partition off and wall off our homes. A lot of new items here. I think that's something that they kind of underplayed. It feels like they didn't really hit home about how many new items there are. Again, ugly shoes. Just want to keep pointing that out. Oh, okay. Yeah, I knew this was in there. I just wasn't sure. The counters, the pillars, the partition walls, the lighting. So this is something... I'm a little annoyed that it took them this long to do, because when I made my Halloween, remember I made my Halloween town? I wanted to be able to change the lighting to be like purple and spooky, but you couldn't change the color of the lighting in New Horizons. And you could in New Leaf on the 3DS, you could customize lights to put a pattern on it, and based on whatever color was mostly in the pattern design is what color the light would be. And I was so bummed that you couldn't do that in New Horizons. So it is very cool that they have that added now. A little annoying that it's behind a $25 paywall. I mean, like, all this cool stuff you have to pay $25 to be able to use, I assume. But yeah, lighting, having various like colors and stuff, huge fan of that. Soundscapes, again, fantastic. The polishing, you can do it to stuff in your home. So yeah, polishing seems like a way to get the items to be like more animated and stuff. I hope there's a lot of cool ideas with that. What is the archipelago? Huh? Whatever. So, God, I'm going to have to play Happy Home Designer just to get everything, and that's very miserable. Remodel your residence homes, just in case you're a busybody who needs to micromanage everyone's life in your town. There's a freaking flamingo floaty. Okay. They're on the floaties in the water, so I better be able to be on the floaties in the water too. Look at that. If the animals can do something, you should be able to do something as well. So we better be able to float around on those in the water. Care Bears over here. Copyright infringement. Yeah. I think we're pretty much done here, right? I like the new animals. So there are Amiibo cards. Did they already talk about the Amiibo cards? No, they're coming up. So yeah, I mean, that's whatever. If you like Happy Home Designer, this is Happy Home Paradise. It's $25 instead of being $40. Okay. Although I would argue there are some ideas that they have clearly, very cleverly, and evilly hidden away in that paid DLC that should have been just a part of the free game. Which, again, I normally wouldn't say that because I do like the idea of paid DLC. But if its features, like Animal Crossing New Horizons is an empty game. It needs content. So I feel like some of those things should have just been free for that reason. But if you upgrade your online membership, this is insane. If you pay $50 for a year of Nintendo shitty online service, you can get the Happy Home Paradise thing for free. It's just weird how Nintendo, not only do they not give us... In this update, there was like nothing new to do online with your friends. Like there were no new activities, nothing really fun to do online playing with your friends. And yet they want us to spend more money on the online service. They're like, hey, you know how we have the world's shittiest online service and we make you pay for it? Well, we're updating Animal Crossing New Horizons. And we're not adding new things to do online, but we are asking you for more money for our online service. It's so weird how Nintendo's thinking, we need to give Animal Crossing players a reason to pay for the online membership. Should we add like more fun activities for them to do together when they play online? No. Let's just hide a new mode behind the online paywall. That is insane. That is some rompin' stompin' insanity right there. They put Cap'n in the game and they don't even put the fun minigame island. Okay, I am actually a complete fucking maniac and I cannot wait to buy these Amiibo cards. I just need something to waste money on. And I do like the idea of collecting Amiibo cards. So I do like some of these. I will say though, once again, it is, so here's a better look. These are all like, I think every one of these is a new animal. These are new villagers. Animal Crossing New Horizons had like, honestly, what was it? Like 5 or 6 new characters. Like legitimately there was like, you have more fingers on your hands than there are new characters in Animal Crossing New Horizons. And by new characters, I mean like the villagers that can move into your town. It's an unbelievably small amount of new characters. The very idea that they're making you pay for new characters is insane. Like it is so crazy that they have this fucking game that they finished about 30% of. And then they're like, hey, you know what? You know how you paid $60 for that really unfinished game? We're going to finish it, but you got to buy these blind bags of Amiibo cards to get new characters. And you got to spend $25 for this new game mode. And if you do, then you can get some basic functionality that could have been in the game to begin with. So as much as I'm going to love collecting these stupid things, it's a very clear ripoff, and it's very clear that these new animals should have just been free. They should have just been like, hey, we added 35 new villagers, and they can just, randomly show up in your island now. Maybe you don't need to get the Amiibo cards for these guys to show up in your island. Somebody can please feel free to correct me on that. But given the fact that they put them on Amiibo cards, it really makes me think these are probably not going to be in the game normally. But if they are, good. Like, if these can just show up in the game without you paying a dime, and the Amiibo cards are just a way for you to get them more easily, then I withdraw my complaint. But if these do not show up in your island, like camping at the campsite, or if they don't show up on the island tour thing, and these are locked behind Amiibo cards, that's messed up. And it wouldn't be messed up if the game had lots of new characters to begin with from the launch. But it doesn't, so these should be freely available. But I'm still going to buy them because I love capitalism. I'm being serious. I do love capitalism, so I'll happily contribute to this. So those are coming out, 6 cards per pack. Does it mention how many new characters there are? I don't know. I think they said like 48, right? 48 new cards or 40 something? Yeah, 48 new cards. Now, it is worth mentioning that all 48 of those, all 48 of these are not new characters. Some of these are already in the game. However, a lot of the characters that are on these cards are the new characters that would not have had an Amiibo card already from New Leaf because they didn't exist. So in these 48, what's this? 5, 10, 15, right? Yeah. So these 15 are characters that are already in the game without the update. So that means 15 of the 48 cards are not new characters, but the remaining cards should be new characters that we've never seen before. Because otherwise, I think every character has an Amiibo card already, except for the ones that were new at the launch of New Leaf. Which would, right? Am I right here? That means all the rest have got to be new characters we've never seen. So that does mean there's like around 30 so new characters that could come into your town. Okay. All right. Wah! I do like that fucking robotic octopus. He's good. Some good new designs there. That rabbit's cute. I'm going to buy those. And then just have a bunch of cards lying around in my basement in a cabinet or something. Okay, so guys, that is going to do it for the reactions. Let's pull the chat up, which I don't even know how I'm going to do this. Because I'm going to bring the chat. There we go. Hi, chat. Let's just put the chat in the window here. And we're going to chat for about 10 minutes or so. So yeah, what do you guys think? I was not looking at the chat the whole time. I apologize. I barely looked over. I think that there are definitely some things that are cool. There's no denying that. There are definitely some things that should not be hidden behind a paywall, given how the game is not finished. Even with the stuff they announced today, outside of the Happy Home Paradise stuff, it still does feel like an unfinished thing. When am I shipping the Etsy items? Those are shipping out today and tomorrow. So all of the orders are done, and they'll be shipping out over today and tomorrow. I 100% agree with the criticism. Thank you very much. Listen, somebody has got to be the voice of reason in the Animal Crossing community, okay? Somebody has got to be the person who's not just an obnoxious Twitch streamer who is overhyping everything. And I'll happily be that person. But yeah, like I said, I was going to start playing anyways. I've started to clean up my island. And I'm going to start making it a Christmas island on November 1st. I'm going to start doing that. And I'm going to do a really cool... I actually, to be honest with you, I've never played New Horizons in the winter. Like, legitimately, I do not think I did. I might have popped it in a little bit just to see the snow. But I did not get involved with it in the winter Christmas season. So I am looking forward to that. Making it a nice, cozy Christmas town. I've got a lot of ideas. Mally, I'm going to make one video because I don't believe in making journals that, like, show the process of making the town. I think it's just better to make the town and then show you the final result. I still don't understand what the obnoxious silver or grass on the beach is for. Silver of grass on the beach is for. I don't think I noticed that. But yeah, I got a lot of ideas for our Christmas town, and I'm really excited. I just really wish that they would add more features into New Horizons that made the overall game better. And a lot of the stuff they showed in this direct doesn't really fix problems. Like, what about like being able to craft things in bulk? That would be the easiest thing in the world for them to let us do, but that's not in there. And like I said earlier, like, why can't we put our patterns on more things? Why can't we have more clothing options for patterns? I know, shoes, like I've said it before, and I know it's like a meme at this point. Why can't we put patterns on our shoes? That's ridiculous. We should be able to put patterns on our shorts and our pants. There's no reason. Oh, but the pattern would have to be a different shape. Yeah, okay, so they already do that with the clothing items. And some people are like, well, the shoes are too small. You wouldn't be able to see the pattern. That's the dumbest thing ever. That makes no sense. Because if the shoes are too small to see a pattern on them or a design on them, then why are shoes in the game at all? Because, like, there's shoes in the game, and you can clearly see the shoes. So why would shoes that I make somehow not be visible all of a sudden? Like, oh, the shoes are too small to see patterns that we make, but they're not too small to see the patterns that Nintendo made. What? It's a terrible argument. Not even an argument. But overall, a few cute things in that. A lot of stuff that's just like, oh, they're finally putting that in the game. Like Brewster. There were so many, like, YouTubers that were going crazy about Brewster. It's like, when's Brewster coming? Brewster. And it's like, hey, we have Brewster now. And, yeah, he's the same thing he always was. You get a digital cup of coffee once a day. And that's it. Really, that's pretty much it. You can invite Amiibo to come in and read dialogue of what the character says. And it's just the same thing that we experienced for like 4 years playing Animal Crossing New Leaf and City Folk and Wild World. So it's like, I don't think people care about Brewster. I think it's all just about like the hype. Because you get these YouTubers who are obnoxious as hell and they act like Twitch streamers who are playing Fortnite, but they're talking about Animal Crossing. And they're like, oh, Brewster, here it is. Our Lord and Savior Brewster might be in. Rumors that Brewster's coming. And they're talking about it in July. Brewster could be coming. And they got like, if you look at their channel, they've got like 15 fucking videos talking about how Brewster is coming any day now. And they span like a year and a half. And it's like, at what point do people wake up and realize these are just a bunch of shills? They're just using you for views and money. Brewster, biggest drop ever? What? Brewster merch drop. Brewster's coming on July 2nd. What? A what? The thumbnail is all, Brewster? And it's like, that's on July 2nd. And it never happens. Then we get to like August 15th. And it's like, Brewster for real this time? What? And then it's like the end of August, and they're like, wait, Nintendo changed their plans? Now Brewster might be coming in the newest Direct? What? What? Click on my video. Video, thumbnail time. Jesus Christ. You know you're a human being, right? Behave like a person. How come nobody's left? Well, I shouldn't say nobody. There are YouTubers that are left that cover Nintendo that are decent people. I'm not attacking everyone, but you guys know the type of people that do this shit, and I have every right to fucking mock them because they're the reason I quit doing Nintendo shit. I quit running a Nintendo channel. Well, there were a few reasons. One of them was absolutely because I could not relate to the fucking community anymore. There were no brain cells left. It's like if you weren't doing this overhyped fucking like ridiculous thumbnail, fucking every rumor that pops up, you make 12 videos off of it. If you're not doing that, then nobody wants to have anything to do with you. Nobody wants to watch videos that are not tricking them and lying to them. It's just insane. So I was like, yeah, I am piecing out of this shit. It's just crazy. Brewster! Brewster! And meanwhile, they probably have never given a shit about Brewster ever in the games. Like, they have never cared about Brewster. But all of a sudden, like, Brewster was the white whale. That was the thing that we can use for clicks. And, like, most of New Horizons players have probably never even played Animal Crossing before. And they don't even know what Brewster is. But they're just like, Brewster? Brewster! I want Brewster too because YouTube person told me to like Brewster. Now what are they going to do that Brewster's out? All these hacky YouTubers are like, oh, fuck. Shit. Brewster actually came out now. Oh, God. Keep it together. Keep it together. They're looking through the guides. What's a character that's not in the game? Oh, fuck. They're all in the game in some way now. Oh, God. Oh, Don Resetti. Don Resetti's coming back? Oh, what? Don Resetti, the calm brother of Mr. Resetti, is coming back? What? Get a picture of Don Resetti next to me. Don Resetti! And then they'll do like 50 million discussion videos over the course of a year and a half. This is going to be when Don Resetti drops. What's up, guys? Welcome to the video. We have got some amazing news about Animal Crossing New Horizons, a game that came out 17 years ago, but I'm still talking about it because it's my only personality at this point. Actually, that's not true. They usually drop a game when it doesn't. When a game's not popular, they won't talk about it anymore. So I renege on what I just said. That's not true at all. But who are they going to go to next? Who's the next white whale of Animal Crossing? I think the only one that's not in there, like I said, is like tertiary characters. Is Phineas in? I don't think Phineas is in. What was he, like a walrus? I think he's not a walrus. I think he's like a seal of some sort. Lyle, yeah. Is Digby not it? Yeah. We've got to find, we got to get real tertiary. Dr. Shrunk's teacher, Frillard? Oh, what? Frillard is coming back? What? And then you get all these, teenage girls that don't even know what the fuck they're liking, and they're just like, Frillard! Yeah, Frillard! Yeah, oh my God! We need Frillard back! Who's Frillard? I don't know, but I need to feel something, so I'm just going to pretend that I want Frillard back. We can get digital coffee now, guys, just like we've been able to do for the last 25 years. Digital coffee is back. Woo! Video games! We waited a year and a half for a fucking pigeon to give us digital coffee. Oh, what? Do you think that Brewster is going to get canceled the moment he offers his pigeon milk to some girl who's playing? She's like, I just love Animal Crossing. So today I was playing Animal Crossing New Horizons, and I was getting my cup of coffee because that's how I get rid of my anxiety in real life. Because I have no ability to cope with life. So I was getting my digital cup of coffee, and Brewster asked me if I wanted pigeon milk in my coffee, and I was like, oh, what? This is a form of sexual harassment. I know what that pigeon milk is a reference to. Canceled Nintendo. Cancel that's what it's going to be. They all waited so long to get their little digital cup of coffee from Brewster. And now it's going to be, they're going to go from chanting about wanting Brewster in the game to canceling Brewster because they're going to claim his pigeon milk is inappropriate. I didn't think I was going to get assaulted. I am literally shaking right now. I am shaking. I was assaulted in the Roost. Nintendo, you think it's appropriate to say pigeon milk? I know what that means. I know what pigeon milk is a metaphor for. I'm literally shaking. This is literally physical harassment. Anyways, guys, favorite, subscribe, and then unsubscribe to my channel. Cancel me. It doesn't even have to be for a new reason. Just cancel me. There's old ones you can pick out of there's a treasure chest. You can just go through the treasure chest of reasons to cancel me. I'm going to start doing that. Instead of saying, what's up, guys? It's JT here. Be sure to go on Twitter and cancel me. There's a thread somewhere on the internet, I'm sure. Talk about the diaper fetish. That's a pretty good one. That hasn't been done a million times before. You could talk about how I'm racist, even though I'm the one that votes for school choice and all sorts of stuff that helps underprivileged people, but just, go out there and cancel me, guys. Anyways, thanks for watching. That's my new intro. My new intro is just going to be people, hey, yo, what's up, guys? It's JT here. Before I begin the video, be sure to cancel me on Twitter. Give me some of that sweet pigeon milk. Give me some of that pigeon splooge. All right, guys. Thank you for hanging out with me. I love all of you. You know that. Halloween stuff is coming up extremely soon, by the way. Well, you think I'm going to go a Halloween season without blowing your mind, sucker? We got a lot of Halloween stuff going on for real this time. And so, yeah. I have to go start working out. And I actually have to go to the post office to ship some Etsy orders. Was there anything else I wanted to mention to you guys? I don't think so. I think that was it. But... Nickelodeon. But yeah, guys, keep it real, motherfuckers. And, hopefully you guys enjoy. How do I stop this? Hopefully you guys enjoy the update. You were racist to my mailbox. Your mailbox had it coming. The Etsy shop is JT Shine, I believe. JT Shine Shop. And there's nothing in it right now, but I am preparing some good Christmas items. And, I appreciate you guys. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for dealing with my curmudgeonous rant. But, even though I am not blown away by any of this nonsense, there were some things that were cute, and I was going to play the game again anyway to make my Christmas town. So, you know what? I can't be too disappointed. Okay. Back to Halloween goodness. I'm so happy today. I am now going to work out. I'm going to start working out, and then I'm going to take a break halfway through, go to the post office and ship some orders, come back, finish working out, get changed, go out and jog until the night falls. Once the night falls, I will be done jogging. I will come home. I will take a pumpkin spice body wash bubble bath, steaming hot, and then go and get my Culver's, my veggie burger, my pumpkin spice shake, and I'm going to watch some Halloween specials while I enjoy that. And I'm going to be editing Halloween videos tonight. So I love you guys. You mean the world to me. Kind of. I mean, within reason. Let's be real. We've never even met. But I appreciate that you guys you're part of the cool kid club. If you've stuck around with me for this long, you've probably got to be a part of the cool kid club. Nintendo Pez says, screw Trump. I wish I could, but he's not gay, and I'm not gay, so it'd be a little complicated. He's also old enough to be my father, so that'd be a little awkward. See you, Josh. Enjoy that Culver's. I will. All right, guys. I think you'll be able to rewatch this. I don't know if it's going away or not, but okay.